Dia dah boleh mula ke? Okey, start Okay, hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera diucapkan kepada semua penonton UiTM channel di YouTube. Saya Nur Hamizah binti Muhammad Razi dari Pusat Pengurusan Penyelidikan RMC Pejabat Timbalan Kansler Penyelidikan dan Inovasi TNCPI UiTM. Pada hari ini kita akan bersiaran menerusi YouTube channel TNCPI, YouTube channel UiTM channel. Kita bawakan khas kepada anda program TNCPI and Postgraduate Research Students Get Together berlintas langsung dari Dewan Annex UiTM. Program anjuran bersama pejabat TNCPI dan IPSIS ini diadakan bertujuan untuk menggalakkan budaya menulis dalam kalangan para pelajar pasca siswazah selari dengan sasaran UiTM untuk menerbitkan 8,000 artikel dalam jurnal pada tahun ini. Dalam program ini, kita akan bersama-sama mengikuti perkongsian dari Profesor Teknologis Dr. Nur Razak Abdul Rahman, Timbalan Kansler Penyelidikan dan Inovasi, Profesor Insinyur Dr. Zuhaina Haji Zakaria, Dekan IPSIS, Profesor Datuk Dr. Abu Bakar Abdul Majid, Pengarah Pusat Pengurusan Penyelidikan RMC, Profesor Dr. Nuritawati Mat Tahir, Pengarah Nexus Penyelidikan Renew, dan sesi perkongsian dari bekas pelajar pasca siswazah penyelidikan. Dalam program ini juga akan ada penyampaian sijil dan mock check kepada 14 orang pelajar pasca siswazah yang telah berjaya menerbitkan artikel dalam jurnal Q1. Majlis dijangka akan bermula pada jam 2.30 petang. Jadi sementara itu kita akan menembual beberapa orang para pelajar pasca siswazah. Bersama-sama saya sekarang ini, kita ada seorang pelajar pasca siswazah antarabangsa. Okay, hai. Hai, selamat berpuasa saya ucapkan. Boleh perkenalkan diri, nama, fakulti mana, jurusan apa?
Okey. Hai, Assalamualaikum. Nama saya Nazrin Roslan, Fakulti Sains Gunaan, buat Master Research.
Okey, sepanjang saudari mengikuti program pengajian pasca siswazah ni, pernah tak ada paper dan pernah terbitkan tak dekat dalam mana-mana jurnal?
Ada. Okey. Pernah dekat paper MJAS.
Oh, MJAS. Okey. Tahniah diucapkan atas penerbitan artikel tersebut. Boleh kongsikan tak dengan kita pengalaman menulis, sepanjang menulis tu seronok tak, enjoy tak masa menulis tu?
Okey. Bagi saya memang satu experience yang baru sebab kita dah biasa dengan circle kita, our supervisors and all. And then bila kita buat paper tu dapat input daripada orang luar. Especially yang tu is focus on chemistry, and saya orang material. So kita dapat input pada orang chemistry juga. So it was nice.
Jadi adakah artikel yang diterbitkan itu melibatkan kajian rentas disiplin, iaitu kos disiplin melibatkan kolaborasi dengan pelajar dari bidang lain atau institusi lain?
Ada, dalam tu ada juga daripada orang background kimia dengan kimia and forensics daripada FSG juga.
Tahniah ucapkan kerana kajian rentas disiplin ini merupakan menepati salah satu agenda UiTM. Semoga perkongsian tadi itu memberi inspirasi kepada penonton kita di luar sana. Dan soalan terakhir dari saya, apa pendapat saudari berkenaan dengan keperluan menerbitkan artikel dalam jurnal sepanjang pengajian?
Okay. Bagi saya memang perlu sebab kalau tak terbitkan, kita tak tahu betapa betapa relevannya study kita tu. So bila kita buat, kita dapat, macam saya cakap tadi, dapat input pada orang luar, bidang luar dengan negara lain juga. So kita tahu betapa keperluan benda tu sekarang ni. Okay.
Tahniah sekali diucapkan. Terima kasih diucapkan atas kesudian untuk ditemu bual. Selamat maju saya ucapkan. Terima kasih. Doktor. Okey, itu adalah salah seorang pelajar pasca siswazah yang sempat kita temu bual buat masa ini. Saya difahamkan mungkin akan ada seorang lagi pelajar pasca siswazah untuk ditemu bual. Please come here. Okay. Bersama saya sekarang ni seorang lagi pelajar pasca siswazah mod penyelidikan saya difahamkan dari Palestin. Hello sir, how are you? Can you please introduce yourself, your name, which faculty you are from?
Yeah, my name is Abdul Malik Ismail. I'm from Palestine, Gaza Strip. I came here for PhD in medical imaging.
Okay, have you ever, do you have a paper and have you published in any journals for now?
Yes, I have already published 3 articles, and one article I used to supervise my international student. So right now I'm working for one more publication for my PhD to be having 5 articles.
Congratulations on getting published in the journals. Can you please share with us your experience through your writing journey? Is it fun for you? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, in the beginner when I was doing my bachelor at University of Lahore, they told us you must have research. So at that time I haven't any experience regarding this research. So I faced a lot of problems. So later I used to study research and methodology subjects, and I go through different books, YouTube, to learn how to write research because it was really difficult at the beginner for me. So when I finished my bachelor, I did my research, I did my first publication, I found it really fun. When I went for my MPhil, they told us if you want to go for PhD, you must have at least 5 different articles. So from that time, I worked hard for my publication to have a good career in the future. So I used to encourage my student. I used to be teacher, lecturer at University of Lahore. So I always used to encourage my student to do research, or at least articles, to write articles. So this is going to be good for them.
Okay, I sure it is not an easy journey for you, but it is worth it since it teach you a lot, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you in the article that you have been published before, does it include the collaboration from any from other disciplines or another international institution?
I think when I published my articles that time, I haven't much experience regarding the journal. So I was searching for journal because when I was in Pakistan, it's not easy to publish because Pakistan a lot of restriction over there. So I found an Indian journal in the beginner. So I sent them my articles, and they said, okay, we are going to accept. Once I asked them how to pay the money. So they said, where are you from? Where are you now? I said, I am from Pakistan. They said, you have to find different way to pay the fees. So I asked my friend in UK to send the money from UK to India. So that was somehow restriction for us to do this work. So my journal was Indian and one was in America, like this. I don't know if it is high rank, but it is, at least it is good.
So it means you have been collaborate with international affiliation writers as well, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Last question from me. What is your opinion regarding the publishing, the requirement of publishing the article in the journal during your journey as the postgraduate students? Do you think it is necessary?
Yes, it is very necessary. If you are going for after MPhil, if you are going for, if you want to go for PhD, you must go for different you must have some articles, because as a PhD student, if you don't have articles, this is not, it doesn't call PhD, right? So at least you have 10 to 15 articles. If you once you are going to finish your PhD, at least you have 10 to 15 articles written by your name.
Okay, thank you so much for having the time with us for the interview session. Um, I wish you all the best and Ramadan Kareem. Okey, itu dia seorang lagi pelajar pasca siswazah mod penyelidikan yang sempat saya interview dari Palestin. Kita masih menunggu, mungkin akan ada seorang lagi pelajar untuk kita temu bual sementara menunggu program kita berlangsung. Sekarang ni adalah lagi seorang pelajar pasca siswazah yang akan kita temu bual. Baiklah, selamat berpuasa saya ucapkan. Boleh perkenalkan diri? Uh,
Nama saya Muhammad Zulfahmi bin Lukman. Okey. Dari pengajian kejuruteraan kimia, Fakulti Kejuruteraan.
Okey, hari ini datang seorang je ke?
Ini datang seorang saja selepas buat DSC di Muncak Alam. Tu saya datang sini.
Oh, okey, terima kasih kerana telah menghadiri program ini. Berdasarkan pengalaman saudara mengikuti program pengajian pasca siswazah ni, bagaimana dengan hubungan dengan supervisor? Adakah hubungannya baik dan berapa kerap bertemu dengan supervisor?
Hubungan saya dengan supervisor amat baik sekali. Kekerapan pertemuan adalah lebih kurang 1 ke 2 minggu lah setiap sehari. Dalam 1 atau 2 minggu tu akan ada meeting dengan beberapa supervisor. Saya ada 3 supervisor. Jadi dekat situ supervisor akan memantau perkembangan kemajuan penyelidikan saya.
Okey, boleh kongsikan tak pengalaman manis atau pengalaman yang mungkin tak dapat dilupakan sepanjang pengajian dengan sepanjang pengajian itulah pengalamannya.
Okey, pengalaman tu banyak, ada yang buruk, ada yang manis. Yang buruk tu macam biasalah dalam gelombang pasca siswazah ni adalah pertukaran penyelia. Okey, jadi pertukaran penyelia memerlukan banyak pertukaran lah, seperti bidang dan juga start daripada awal lah. Okey, kalau yang manis tu adalah apabila kita dapat membentangkan penyelidikan kita di luar negara. Okey.
Tahniah saya ucapkan, pengalaman yang sangat menarik, saya pasti. Pernah tak publish dalam mana-mana jurnal?
Okey, saya pernah menerbitkan beberapa kertas pendidikan di seperti terlupa lah pula. Adalah dalam 2-3 kertas pendidikan, tapi untuk masa sekarang, untuk dalam pengajian PhD ni belum lagi. Tapi saya dah berjaya membentangkan di conference di Thailand hari itu, tahun 2018 rasanya. Okey.
Okey, tahniah diucapkan. Dalam artikel yang pernah diterbitkan tu, ada tak kajian tu meliputi kajian rentas bidang yang melibatkan kolaborasi dari pelajar yang berlainan bidang ataupun disiplin ataupun mungkin fakulti lain atau institusi luar negara?
Okey, untuk mengajar master, sebabkan bidang saya adalah crystallization atau dalam bahasa Melayu adalah penghabluran, ia memerlukan pengetahuan dalam bidang sains farmasi. Sebabkan bahan yang kami gunakan uh, adalah bahan kimia perubatan, iaitu ibuprofen. Jadi memerlukan pengetahuan sains farmasi lah. Jadi kami juga membuat molecular modelling, simulasi molekul. Untuk pengajian PhD pula, yang ini memerlukan multidisiplin jugalah, seperti banyak juga desain gunaan, molecular modelling, dan juga heat transfer. Okay.
Okay, tahniah diucapkan kerana kajian rentas bidang ni. Memang salah satu agenda utama UiTM lah. Terima kasih atas kesudian untuk meluangkan masa. Okay, selamat berbuka dan selamat berjaya saya ucapkan.
Okay, terima kasih.
Okay. Setakat itu saja dari saya. Kita akan terus bersiaran ke majlis utama.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In order to start our ceremony today, I would like to ask all of us to recite Al-Fatiha. Al-Fatiha. Thank you very much. Professor Dr. Nur Azhar Abdul Rahman, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research and Innovation, University Teknologi Mara, UiTM. Associate Professor Dr. Siti Farhana Zakaria, Deputy Dean, IPSIS, representing the Dean of IPSIS. Professor Dr. Nuritawati Mat Tahir, Director of Research Nexus, UiTM, Renew. Heads and coordinators of IPSIS and Office of Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research and Innovation, Head of Schools of Postgraduate Studies of Faculty and Colleges, and all postgraduate students. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to TNCPI Get Together with Postgraduate Research Students event. My name is Fairul Nazmi Osman, a PhD candidate from College of Engineering, School of Electrical Engineering, and I'll be your Master of Ceremony for today. Before we continue, I would like to ask all the participants to stand up for Negaraku and Wawasan Setia Warga.
We
you very much. You may please be seated. I would like to welcome Dr. Bakar. Welcome. Before we proceed with this event, we will have a short recitation of Doa, which today will be led by Ustaz Muhammad Faizan Tajweed from ASIS. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ustaz Faizan.
الفاتحة. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك إياك نعبد ونستعين صراط المستقيم أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين اللهم إنا نسألك رضاك والجنة ونعوذ بك من سخطك والنار اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عني. Ya Allah, kami merafakkan rasa kesyukuran kepadamu kerana telah mengizinkan kami untuk menghadiri program TNCPI Get Research Together with PG Research Student pada bulan yang barakah ini. Ya Allah, kurniakanlah keberkatan serta limpahan rahman dan rahim-Mu agar program ini dapat dijayakan dengan selamat dan sempurna. Ya Allah, ya Dzal Jalali wal Ikram, jadikanlah program ini sebagai medan penyatuan hati dan fikrah mahasiswa dan mahasiswi, memperkukuh jati diri, cekal dan bersemangat dalam merealisasikan misi dan visi Universiti Keramat yang kami cintai ini, serta menyempurnakan dengan tekun agenda kecemerlangan universiti berbekal ilmu pinjaman Tuhan agar kami dapat berbakti kepada agama, bangsa dan negara. Justru kurniakanlah kepada kami hati yang ikhlas dalam menyempurnakan tanggungjawab yang berat ini dengan sebaiknya. Ganjarkanlah segala usaha kerja kami sebagai ibadah mengharapkan rahmat dan keredaan-Mu. Allahumma ya rahmi, Allahumma ya arhamar rahimin. Sesungguhnya peribadahan pada hari ini bagi menzahirkan usaha hamba-Mu ini untuk mendapat segala kebaikan dari-Mu, ya Allah. Jadikanlah kami hamba-hamba-Mu yang sentiasa bersyukur dengan segala nikmat yang melimpah ruah kepada kami. Allahumma ja'al jam'ana hadha jam'an marhuma wa tafarruqna min ba'dihi tafarruqan ma'suma wa la taj'al fina wa la ma'ana shaqiyya wa la matruda wa la mahruma. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina adzaban nar. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Amin, amin, ya Rabbal Alamin. Thank you very much, Ustaz, for the Doa recitation just now. Ladies and gentlemen, to commence today's event, I would like to invite Associate Professor Dr. Siti Farhana Zakaria, the Deputy Dean of Institute of Graduate Studies, IPSIS, representing the Dean of IPSIS, to share a topic about the postgraduate program, research overview, and financial aid. Please welcome Associate Professor Dr. Siti Farhana Zakaria.
Thank you. Dengan izin ya pengurusi majlis. I sometimes feel short of breath when I have to talk for a long time with face mask on. So, thank you again. Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon to all. Yang berbahagia Profesor T.S. Dr. Nur Azhar Abdul Rahman, Deputy Vice Chancellor Research and Innovation. Yang berbahagia Profesor Datuk Dr. Abu Bakar Majid, Director of Research Management Center RMC UiTM. Yang berbahagia Profesor Dr. Noritawati Muhammad Tahir, Director Research Nexus UiTM. Heads and coordinators of IPSIS and Office of Deputy Vice Chancellor Research and Innovation UiTM. Head of School of Postgraduate Studies of Faculties and College, and all beloved UiTM postgraduate students. Thank you for attending this event today. And can we go to my slide? It is already. Okay. Okay, inshallah today I will cover a little bit of postgraduate program research overview and financial aid. Yeah, my name is Siti Farhana Zakaria, the Deputy Dean of IPSIS. So today's presentation will cover three main agenda: postgraduate employability, awards recipients, and also UITM financial aid. So for your information, UITM have 226 postgraduate program, active program, where we divided the program into three categories, which is coursework, mixed mode, and also research. So I believe that all of us here are from research program, whether you are registered for master or PhD program. I would like to introduce IPSIS management team. Yeah, we are led by Professor Insinyur Dr. Zuhaina Zakaria as the Dean, myself as Deputy Dean, AP Dr. Aman Muhammad Ehsan Mamat as the Head of Research, TS Dr. Khairul Safwan Muhammad as the Head of Coursework Department, Dr. Siti Mazwana Shamsuddin, the Head of Academic Development, Resources and Student, who organised this beautiful event. We have AP Dr. Khalila Abdul Khalil as the Head of Strategic Planning and Academic Quality, Dr. Faiz Izwan Anwar, the Head of Student Recruitment and Admission, and under Student Recruitment Admission we have two coordinators, Dr. Hussein Hanibah, who in charge for promotion and marketing, and Dr. Zurina Ismail, who in charge for recruitment and admission processes. For administration, we have two senior assistant registrar, academic lead by Cik Asmiza Supar, and administration matters lead by Puan Zuraini Muhammad Idris. I would like to share the employability for postgraduate student data as of June 2021. As we can see here, the average of rate of employability for PG student in UITM are very good, as average from 83 to 85%, and this include self-employed data as answered by our alumni. And also I would like to share some information on the compulsory seminars for UITM research student. I believe that most of us here have attended this seminar as the requirement for the RP, the Defense Research Proposal. So for research student, it is compulsory for you to sit for IGS Research Skill Seminar, a 3-day seminar, which consists of 8 modules. And for PhD student, you have to sit for Thai Squad program organized by MASMED, a 4-day seminar where on the 4th day you will have to present your project and will be assessed according to the presentation by set of panel. Okay, I would like to share also the publication requirement for all masters and PhD student in UITM. For masters, the publication requirement for thesis submission is one index publication accepted as main author. This is the new requirement as of for Academic Rules and Regulations Amendment 2022, as main author. And for PhD student, it is compulsory for you to submit 2 index publication, at least 1 published as main author. okay, and Scopus, WOS, ERA, MySite, or the listed additional journals that are recognized by the respective faculty starting for cohort September 2017. Alright, this is the best part. I would like to share the award that we have in UITM for research students. Yeah, we have 5 awards. We have Graduate On Time Award, where you need to complete your study in 3 years for masters and 4 years for PhD program, except for medic, vet, and also dentistry and architecture. You have to complete the duration of study within 5 years. Okay, and also we have Excellent Research Award. We have MTDC Book Prize Award, Anugerah Sarjana Cemerlang Tuanku Chancellor, ASCTC, and we have Anugerah Kedoktoran Cemerlang Tuanku Chancellor, AKCTC. I will cover a little bit of the requirement and monetary award for each award. Yeah. Okay, for APC, this is the criteria. Yeah, basically, item number 4. Yeah, you was never on special leave or defer the study. Yeah, other than the Viva result falls under category 1 or 2. And then the student has published the research finding at least 1 for masters or 2 for PhD in index publication. Yeah. For ASCTC, for Sarjana student, for master student, the criteria is similar to AKCTC as well, but I would like to share the final sentence at the bottom of the criteria, where we have the student will receive a medal and 7,000 ringgit for master's student. All this information you can view it on our website, yeah, IPSI's website. And this is for AKCTC. Yeah, the student will receive a medal and 8,500 ringgit. And I would like to share the recipient for postgraduate awards from 2017 to 2021. Yeah, in 2017 we only have one AKCTC and we have one MTDC Innovation Book Prize Award. We don't have any recipient for ASCTC. Okay, this is all the recipients for all the anugerah that we have in UITM. Yeah, for 2017 we have Dr. Muhammad Firdaus bin Malik, the recipient of AKCTC. In the same year, we have the recipient of MTDC Award, Muhammad Sharul Nizam Muhammad Danuri. As mentioned earlier, we don't have any ASCTC recipient for 2017. And during 2018, yeah, we have recipient for all the categories, AKCTC, ASCTC, and also MTDC. So Dr. Marmizi bin Muhammad Yusof are the recipient for Anugerah Kecemerlangan Tuanku Chancellor, Anugerah Kedoktoran Cemerlang Tuanku Chancellor for 2018. Nur Amalina, the recipient of ASCTC from Program Master of Administrative Science, and Dr. Hafsah Kalsum, the recipient of MTDC Book Award. And in 2019, we have AKCTC and MTDC. The recipient, Dr. Muhammad Shakirin Ismail, and the recipient for MTDC is Dr. Al-Amirul Emir Ramzan Ali. 2020, we have Dr. Siti Sarah binti Ibrahim from Business Management Faculty, yeah, the recipient of AKCTC. For ASCTC, we have Hussein Muhammad Hassan from Chemical Engineering Faculty, And for MTDC Book Award, we have Nurul Aina binti Saidin from Contemporary Islamic Studies. For 2021, AKCTC, we have Dr. Azaitun Akmal Sharin from Dentistry Faculty, and for MTDC, we have Dr. Anis Mardiana binti Abdullah from Transport and Logistics Department. Okay, I would like to share the scholarship opportunities for UITM student, especially for research program. Yeah, we have UITM Endowment Scholarship, and I believe that we already have the recipient of this endowment scholarship for this year, and Dr. Mazwana will announce the recipient of this scholarship in our website. Yeah, and in terms of the financial aid, we have a few financial aid under UITM. Yeah, beside of the endowment scholarship, we have conference support fund, we have journal support fund, and we have UPTA, UITM Postgraduate Teaching Assistant Scheme. This is open to all PG student, research, and also coursework. Other scholarship financial assistance are from Ministry of Higher Education. We have MARA scholarship or financial aid. Yayasan Bank Rakyat, we have financial aid from financial assistance from Yayasan Bank Rakyat in terms of loan. And we have GRA, we have PTPTN, and also Maybank Education Loan. All this information can be viewed in IPSIS website. So this is the amount, entitlement, and also eligibility for conference support fund. Yeah, to eligible to apply for this support fund, you cannot receive any full scholarship. You are not sponsored student or receive any TPM, SLAB, NCF, PGD, or MARA scholarship. Yeah, for local conference, the shilling for this fund is up to 1,000 ringgit, and for international is up to 1,500 ringgit. And for journal, PhD is 1,500 ringgit, and the entitlement for each level is once for masters and twice for PhD student. And this is the detail of journal support fund. Yeah, this is to assist the student to pay the publication fees and provide the opportunity for them to publish their research work in index journal. This is also the criteria. I believe that this can be seen in our website as well. You have to be active student, yeah, a full-time student, whether you are in master's or PhD program, research, coursework, or mixed mode program. Okay, this is the amount that can be received for journal support fund, 1,500 ringgit. Yeah, you may download the form from IPSIS website and email the application with all the required document to PASP department. Okay, this is conference support fund. Yeah, 1,000 for local, 1,500 for international conference. Yeah, the criteria, you have to be active student, all mode of studies are allowed to apply, and you have to present full paper at index conference. And the detail of how to apply, you may view this in our website. I think that's all for me to share on the financial aid and also a little bit of overview of the research program in UITM. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you very much, Dr. Siti Farhana for the information sharing just now. Hopefully that extra information can be used by us, the postgraduate students, in order to assist us to move about for our publication and for our daily life. Okay, next, to continue this event, we are pleased to have our Deputy Vice Chancellor for Research and Innovation, Professor Technologist Dr. Nur Azza Abdul Rahman, to address us today. I would like to warmly welcome Professor Technologist Dr. Nur Azza Abdul Rahman.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh and salam Ramadan al-Mubarak. Yang berusaha Associate Professor Dr. Siti Farhana Zakaria, Deputy Dean, Institute of Graduate Studies, representing Dean of IPSIS. Yang berbahagia Profesor Datuk Dr. Abu Bakar Majid, Director of Research Management Center RMC UiTM. Yang berbahagia Profesor Dr. Noritawati Mat Tahir, Director of Research Nexus UiTM, Renew. Heads and coordinators of IPSIS and the Office of Deputy Vice Chancellor Research and Innovation UiTM. Heads of schools of postgraduate studies of faculties and colleges, and all beloved UiTM postgraduate students. Alhamdulillah, I am honored that we are here today for the TNCPI get-together session with our young UiTM scholars. This event is co-hosted by Institute of Graduate Studies, IPSIS, and the Office of Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research and Innovation. My sincere appreciation to IPSIS for making this event a reality. As for our young scholars, your virtual or physical participation is greatly appreciated. The objective of today's gathering is to get to know one another. Apart from that, we want to share our university's aspiration to be a globally renowned university, GRU, by the year 2025, and how we can support and be part of this initiative. We aspire to achieve this status through global excellence and publishing in excellent, reputable journals is one of the requirements. Hence, we hope to pledge and encourage all of our young scholars to publish your research finding in high impact factor and index journals through our sharing session today. And I hope that when you open up your bag, you will see that you've got lanyard. Okay, I hope that when you wear those lanyard, please feel proud of it because you are UiTM young scholars. Okay? So you will gain credibility and become a recognized expert in your research field by publishing your research work in reputable journals, giving you inner confidence and as a value added for your thesis and also for your career. Furthermore, the Office of DVC-RI has provided numerous research funding to our postgraduate students. To date, we have about 890 active postgraduate students funded by various grants, namely national, private, international, and industry grants. Last year alone, over 1 million ringgit was allocated by the university as internal grants, benefited over 392 UiTM postgraduate students. We paid the students through these internal grants. This support has enabled our postgraduate students to pursue their academic and research pursuits. In addition, we also provide financial support such as PYPA, pembiayaan yuran penerbitan artikel through your supervisors, to encourage all of you to continue publishing your research finding in reputable journals. Just now, I'm very happy to see Dr. Farhana's presentation, where you have to publish in order for you to graduate. And also, IPSIS also provide financial support, and I hope that all of you will grab the opportunity that has been given to you. To realize GRU 2025 and for all of us to be successful globally, we should capitalize on our strength, as UiTM is one of the Malaysia's largest institution. One of the strength is all of you, postgraduate students. The vitality and intelligence that each and every one of you have are essential to the success of UiTM. Your presence will be the catalyst in achieving this goal. Lastly, please allow me to share the slides with all of you. Okay, all right. Okay, so I would like to share with you Deputy Vice Chancellor Office. Okay, this office assists the university in advancing research and new knowledge through excellence in research development, innovation and commercialization, RDIC, for the nation and societal well-being. This office supports a research excellence framework which consists of research, publication, consultancy, innovation and commercialization. This is the structure of Office of DVCRI Top Management. This office is led by myself as Deputy Vice Chancellor, assisted by senior and administrative officers. These are 4 departments under DVC office, namely Research Management Center, led by Director Professor Datuk Dr. Abu Bakar Abdul Majid. Datuk, mohon berdiri Datuk to introduce yourself. So handsome, This office disseminates information on research grants from public and private, national and international fund providers, managing and monitoring research activities, responsible on ethics and journal publications, and coordinate innovation program. Another department is Research Nexus, UiTM, Renew, head by Professor Dr. Noritawati Mat Tahir as the director. So I would like to inform all of you, Research Nexus has 6 niche areas: industrial technology, health and wellness, energy and environment, logistics and transportation, cyber technology, social creativity and innovation. Under these niche areas, there are 28 research group, RG, and 161 research intensive group, RIG, to cater research areas of nearly 9,000 academic staff in UiTM. And we've got Professor Dr. Ghazali Daimin, Director for Penerbit UiTM or UiTM Press, and this department is responsible for publication and marketing of UiTM books, e-books, audiobooks written by UiTM staff. Last year, they managed to generate income about 2 million, Alhamdulillah. And lastly, we have a Business Innovation and Technology Commercialization Center, BITCOM, heads by Associate Professor in Senior Technologist Dr. Syed Hassan as its director. Main function of BITCOM is intellectual property, IP, management and licensing, research product identification and incubation, startup and spin-off creation and management. So let me share with you UiTM 2025 desired state. And as I mentioned before, UiTM aims at becoming a globally renowned university by 2025. And we have 3 strategic thrusts, which is quality education, global excellence, and value-driven performance. And if you can see the yellow circle, okay, so each strategic thrust is associated with strategic teams. And for Deputy Vice Chancellor Office, we play an important role and support translational research, development, innovation, and commercialization. Okay, so what is UiTM strength? Okay, UiTM strength is all of you, our postgraduate students, which act as a catalyst to spur research cultures and publication, and each of you plays a significant role for UiTM to achieve globally renowned university by the year 2025. Okay, just for your information, total number of postgraduate students in UiTM is approximately 10,900 students, where 4,968 is in research mode. And we've got 1,344 numbers of international students, where 1,108 are currently doing PhD and 236 doing masters. And the students came from 37 countries. The highest numbers are from China, Indonesia, Nigeria, Afghanistan, and Bangladesh. And we have number of professors, 177. And we also have local, good local networking, okay, cross-discipline collaboration, which leads to high impact research can be done. And also we have wide access to library database, where students can access from anywhere around the globe. Easy way to establish the local network with peers. Okay. Locality facilitates the communication between the high volume number of UiTM community. And lastly, we have large numbers of memorandum of understanding and memorandum of agreement with international institution and private body, which will open up wide opportunities for UiTM postgraduates to collaborate with international partners. So these are the MOU, MOA that we have with international partners. The highest MOA, MOE that we have is with Asia continent, followed by Europe, Middle East, and Oceania. Okay, I would like to share with you UiTM Center of Excellence, which is under the Office of Deputy Vice Chancellor. The purpose of establishing Higher Institution Center of Excellence, HICOE, and COE are to drive research excellence in the field of niche areas. They have an impact on production of new research talent, publication of high impact journal, as well as production of innovative that can benefit academia, industry, government, community, and the environment. In UiTM, we have one high COE, which is Accounting Research Institute, leads by Professor Dr. Jamaliah Said. And for our COE, Centers of Excellence, we have 13 Centers of Excellence, and we divide our COE into two, which is Service Trust. The one that we've seen on the slide is Service Trust, which is Mitran, Malaysia Institute of Transport, heads by Professor Insinyur Teknologi Dr. Muhammad Nasir Taib. And we've got Cardiovascular and Lung Research Institute, Kavari. Okay, the director is Professor Dr. Shazli Shazlan Kasim, and also Institute of Business Excellence, IBE, heads by Professor Dr. Japar Paiman. And also another trust is Research and Innovation Trust, where we have ISEM, Institute of Infrastructure, Engineering and Sustainable Management, ISEM, Director Professor Dr. Nurhayati Abdul Hamid, Ata-ur Rahman Institute for Natural Product Discovery, or RINS, Professor Chemistry Dr. Nur Hadiani Ismail, Institute of Science, IOS, okay, Director Professor Engineer Technologist Dr. Muhammad Rusuk Mahmud, and also Solar Research Institute, Associate Professor Insinyur Dr. Nofri Janita Dahlan, and also IBSD, Institute for Biodiversity and Sustainable Development, Professor Surveyor Dr. Zulkifli Abdul Latif. And we have Institute of Pathology, Laboratory and Forensic Medicine, IPERFORM, heads by Professor Datin Dr. Hafizah Muhammad Nawawi. And we have iPromise, Integrative Pharmacogenomics Institute, Professor Datuk Dr. Muhammad Zaki Saleh. And we have Microwave Research Institute, Professor Insinyur Teknologis Datin Dr. Wahidah Mansor, and Smart Manufacturing Research Institute, SMRI, Director Professor Insinyur Teknologis Dr. Jupiter Harangan. And lastly, we've got Institute for Big Data Analytics and Artificial Intelligence, IBDAI, heads Professor Dr. Jasni Muhammad Zain. Okay, Deputy Vice Chancellor Office has created questionnaire to gather information on Q1 publication by postgraduate students. And Head of Graduate Studies, Associate Professor Dr. Aman, and also postgraduate coordinators have distributed the questionnaires to all of you. Okay, we open up the questionnaire approximately 3 weeks. The feedback from the questionnaire has been scrutinized and validated, okay, through publication database, and we would like to congratulate to 14 UITM postgraduate students who have published in Q1 Journal as first author or main author last year. Okay, so these are the recipients who published in Q1 as first author. The first one is Fatin Umira Muhammad Azaham, Nurul Ain Korudin, Nur Haslina Hassan, Muhammad Daniel Muhammad Effendi, Raja Nur Husna Raja Muhammad Nur, Darussalam, okay, Nurul Najwa Abdul Malik, Nur Suzana Osman, Muhammad Faiz Aizamdin, Muhammad Awais Faruqi, Muhammad Azrizal Fauzi, Dania Adila Ahmad Ruzaidi, Nurul Shazana Fuzil, Sarah Zulkifli. Okay, those are the 14 names, and they, have answered the questionnaires. And I believe maybe there are more than 14, okay, of all of you who are the main authors for Q1 papers. So please, if you are in this category, please contact Deputy Vice Chancellor's office, just for us to collect the data, and we can still give you some incentive. Because I think 14 is quite low. Because just now I've saw, a lot of Q1 papers just now. So I hope that all of you could answer the questionnaire, and please provide us the feedback so that we can, give you, reward you accordingly. So I would like to share UiTM 2025 key performance indicator, for us to go to GRU 2025. There are 5 KPIs that we have to fulfill, KPI 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And if you can see here, and I've shared with you on publication and research grant and also pattern, and these are some of the KPIs which falls under Deputy Vice Chancellor's office. So just would like to highlight that for staff index publication ratio, where you will come in and assist your supervisors in writing. So here you can see that we achieve 0.69, and our target is 0.80, and also for this year we target on 0.80. And for staff citation ratio, okay, we fulfill the KPI because our KPI for last year is 8.50, and we've obtained 11.04, and this year we increased the KPI to 12. And also amount of research grant. Okay, last year we managed to get 53.5 million for research grant, and this year we targeted for 55 million. And for number of patent granted, okay, the target is 10, and we managed to obtain 11. And also for number of startup and spin-off companies, our target is 10 for last year, and we managed to get 5. Okay, I would like to share with you our grant opportunities. Okay, Deputy Vice Chancellor Office has allocated some budget to support postgraduate students by giving postgraduate supervision incentive grant. Okay, grant incentive penilaian. It is an initial seed grant for postgraduate students prior to securing any external research funding or scholarship. So please apply, and we will go through the application. Duration is for 1 year, and also for PhD candidate, okay, the budget is up to 21,600, where we will pay you per month 1,800, and for masters up to 18,000 per year, where per month you will get 1,500 ringgit. So why do you think that you need to publish? Okay. So you have to ask yourself. Okay. First is to establish yourself as an expert in your research field. I think that after this, definitely, I don't know, maybe you will be a lecturer or attach yourself in a research institution, and they will go through your CVs, and the first thing they will look into that CV is your publication. Okay. And if you publish in very reputable journals, definitely you will be the one who will be chosen. And also you can declare in your thesis. So if you have a few of Q1 papers, sometimes your thesis will be half an hour because your work has been examined by other examiners and by other experts in the area. Okay. And lastly, definitely it will your viva voce will be very easy. And the second one, it acts as a value added to your CV, so enhance visibility and also your reputation. And lastly, is to support and contribute to the university agenda for GRU 2025. Okay, with that, thank you so much for your kind attention.
Thank you very much, Professor Technologist Dr. Noraz Abdul Rahman, for her presentation just now. We have seen a lot of supporting facilities provided by IPSIS and the Office of Deputy Vice Chancellor for us, the postgraduate students, to continue and excel in our studies. Okay, next, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to proceed with our next session, and I would like to invite Dato' Bakar, Prof. Norita, Dr. Azaitun, Dr. Anis, and Dr. Siti Sarah onto the stage. And before that, I would like to direct your attention, please, to our screen. Prof. Norita, Dato' Bakar, please. Prof. Tak. Sorry. Our Dato' Bakar, Prof. Norita, Dr. Azaitun, Dr. Anis, and Dr. Siti Sarah. And the participants, could you please direct your attention to the screen above us, in front of us. There is a QR code for our Q&A session. Please enter the passcode, and you can post your question over there. Or if you prefer to ask it physically, we can pass the mic to you guys, okay? Okay, Datuk, can I start now, Datuk? Prof? All right, okay, thank you very much. Next on our agenda is we would like to invite the Director of Research Management Center, RMC, Professor Dato' Dr. Abu Bakar Abdul Majid, to share his thoughts and valuable experience on doing PhD and research. Okay, just for your information, Dato' Bakar have a H-index of 21, and tons of reference, tons of publications, tons of citation. Okay, Dato' Bakar is one of the most prominent researcher in UiTM. Hopefully, Dato' can share with us some insight thought and some encouragement for us to the postgraduate students to push further on our publication. With all due respect, Dato', please.
Thank you very much, MC, for today. Yang Bahagia Prof. Norazah, TNC Research and Innovation, my fellow members of panels on the stage, Prof. Farhana from IPSIS, heads of Renew, various platforms, colleagues from RMC and all other departments under TNCPI office, and most importantly, students, postgraduate students who are here and those who are following this program, hopefully, virtually. Firstly, as mentioned by Professor Norazah, thank you for coming to this event, and congratulations also for choosing UiTM as your next phase of education. you have slides? Oh, kat situ.
Dia saya ada konvensional.
Oh, continuing. Sambung. Gitu. On kata-kata semangat tu ataupun words of wisdom to you all as students of UiTM postgraduate students, I think basically what was in the last slide of TNC's presentation probably sum everything up, meaning that your study hopefully can be the final icing on the cake will be your publication, your papers. Yeah? Although this is now mandatory under IPSIS requirement for you to graduate, but there are plenty of benefits once you started to write papers and get your papers published. The recognition will come very quickly, and you get, invitation, and also you get your networking up very quickly, very fast. Yeah? So publishing as a researcher is probably one of our syarat wajib lah, something which must be done. So I don't need to preach you too much on that, you all know. And with the help of your supervisors, co-supervisors, and also members of the faculties or centers of excellence, inshallah, I believe that you can do it. I'll just go through quickly our setup, RMC Research Management Center, section under Deputy Vice Chancellors for Research and Innovation Office. So these are the academic so-called administrators. Yeah? We have two sub-section under RMC. These are one what we call the pre-award, and the other one is post-award. Basically, it's easier to manage grant and research under these two categories. Pre-award means all activities done before we actually get the grant. Post-award, once we've obtained the grant, what do we do in terms of managing and facilitating the expenses or the budget of our researchers. So we divided into pre-award led by Dr. Umi Mashida and post-award by Professor Dr. Nur Azura Abdul Ghani. We also have with here today the head of Ethics and Publication Unit, Professor Madhya Dr. Yong Sung Kong. Dr. Yong, you want to introduce yourself? This is Dr. Yong. Tak ada yang lain, eh? Okay, thank you. So this is basically the main division of RMC. This is all under pre-award. What is important to you in terms of pre-award as postgraduate students? We will be constantly advertising opportunities where you can actually apply for. Although you are a student of UiTM postgraduate, there may be opportunities where you can go out to do short stay or short stint in labs overseas especially. Sometimes they will also offer you traveling fellowship, sometimes support for you to attend conferences overseas. And in your mind, you must always already have a plan to attend a conference, best if this is an international conference held overseas. So plan this while you're studying, and we will try to find you support. At the same time, our unit perolehan grant or UPG, the pre-award section, they will constantly update you on opportunities for you to apply, to go somewhere, to stay there for a while, or to just go and present papers. On top of that, of course, if you want to do just visit or visit to local institutions or local centers of excellence or local labs, that is also encouraged. And also maybe you can help your supervisor when there are opportunities for new grants, like international grants. For example, we have L'Oreal grant, a grant which is quite prestigious. Many other international grants. You may also be called in by your supervisor or your supervisory team to help prepare the proposal. Because this is, again, take this as a learning opportunity, as a learning experience. Once you started writing proposal for, trying to get grants for your supervisor, basically assisting him or her, then you'll get into the habit of writing proposals. And this will be very useful, not only during your study, as you're writing your thesis, but also, most importantly, after you have graduated and become a researcher. All right, so look out for our emails alert. This will come quite often, especially at night while you're sleeping. You wake up in the morning, so you find these emails. If they are relevant to you, try apply. The motto at RMC, we always say that if you try, you may get it. But if you don't, you'll never get it. Simple kan? So cuba. On the post-award, basically, the important things or why and when you are going to be interacting with the post-award is especially sometimes when you do research, assisting your supervisor, the supervisor may want you to assist in terms of, submitting documents for the supervisor to obtain or to spend the money or to spend the budget. Sometimes the supervisor will ask you to come to RMC, to finalization of the purchase or something. So maybe that will be part of your interaction with RMC on the post-award. Number one. Number two is the post-award is also responsible for monitoring projects. And again, your supervisor may ask you to help in filling out forms like what we have, progress report, final report. And again, take this as a learning experience. The supervisor normally, they will look at you, and if they think that you are able to help them do something which is even difficult, they may want to train you. So don't feel upset or being asked to do all sorts of things when you're studying. As we know, when you're a student, basically whatever the supervisor tells us, we try to comply, because deep down in their heart, I'm sure they're trying to train you in whatever way they can. So this is when you're going to interact with RMC, and I hope you know where RMC is located in UITM. Some of the things would require you to come to RMC physically, but other matters, we probably can do it online, basically. All right? So under administration, very small, slim administration. So these are the units that I mentioned, 6 units, but basically divided into pre and post-award. One other unit which is also important, I must emphasize, is the unit for innovation. So innovation is, of course, a very important branch of the Deputy Vice Chancellor's office. And every year at UITM, this one is okay, done, we have something called IDEX. Okay? This IDEX is our internal, although we also open to external participants. This is our main innovation event of the year. There'll be plenty of new ideas, new products being exhibited and also being put into competition. And perhaps you and your supervisor would like to plan for participating in IDEX 2022, which will be coming towards the end of the year. So you can prepare something, a product or a service, a new innovative idea for you to exhibit and also take part in competition. So the winners of this IDEX competition will usually represent UITM in national level exhibition events or even international events. You may be sent overseas, like we have competition in Europe, or America or Korea, there is always that possibility if you participate in IDEX. So basically, these are what RMC is all about. So again, I wish you all the best. Thank you for joining UiTM Postgraduate Studies. Please also tell your friends to come to UiTM because we have plenty of financial support. And many of our researchers, they receive grants with money allocated for postgraduate students. And quite a number are still looking for students. So you have friends, you have brothers, sisters, cousins, tell them to come to UiTM. You know here, facilities I think quite remarkable. If you're in Puncak Alam or in Shah Alam, I think you'll see that equipment that we have for research and postgraduate studies, they are quite respectable, quite commendable. So again, good luck to you in your studies. If you have any issues, any problem, as Director of RMC, I welcome your queries or your question. All right? So thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much indeed, Dato' Bakar, for the sharing session just now. Next, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Noretawati Matahir. She's the Director of Research Nexus UiTM Renew. Okay, Professor Dr. Noretawati Matahir is from College of Engineering, School of Electrical Engineering, and among her achievement is her H index is at 36. The total citation is around 5,833. So Dr. Noretawati is one of another prominent researcher in UiTM. So today we are very lucky to have her around. And with all my heart, I would like to welcome Professor Dr. Noretawati Matahir for her sharing session. Thank you.
Thank you, MC. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yang bahagia Profesor Dr. T.S. Nur Azhar Abdul Rahman, Professor Madya, our Deputy Vice Chancellor Research and Innovation, Associate Professor Dr. Siti Farhana Zakaria, representing Dean of IPSIS, yang bahagia Professor Dato' Dr. Abu Bakar Majid, Director of Research Management Center, some recipients from our AK, several, like what Dr. Farhana shared with us earlier. And of course, Deputy Deans, you as well. I saw Dr. Aman came in somewhere. Yeah. Deputy Directors of Research Nexus, Heads of RMC, and Coordinators of IPSIS as well. Yeah. And of course, to our beloved postgraduate students, thank you for being here today with us. Just a short one, at least you know that we, Research Nexus UiTM, exists under the Office of Deputy Vice Chancellor Research and Innovation as presented by Prof. Azhar earlier. Nanti Grab tak tahu renew tu apa kan. Okay, so sharing with you today. So why is it not? Okay. So this is our organization chart of Research Nexus UiTM, short for Renew. Some of them are with us. There's one vacant there because Prof. Wada has actually not to say be transferred. She's now the director of in BHEA, Halewal Academic. Professor Rohana is not here, the deputy director of Health and Wellness, but we have Dr. Aida. Please introduce yourself. Bangunlah nak kenal. That's Dr. Aida, yeah, deputy dean of Industrial Tech, and we have Dr. Nurul is not here. She has class, I guess, lecture. We have Dr. Rizaimi. Please introduce yourself. Deputy Director of Logistics and Transportation, and we have Dr. Said as well. Yeah, Deputy Director of Cybertech. Okay, so that's the 6 niche area as mentioned by Prof. Azhar earlier as well, and we have coordinators. Assisting each of the deputy directors, we have Diana, Dr. Diana, yeah. Ni comel macam student juga ni. Dr. Diana for Health and Wellness, Dr. Hajar is not here. We have Natasha, tak ada. Okay, but we have Liana is not here as well. Dr. Rafi'ah, yeah, she's here. Yeah, Dr. Rafi'ah helping Dr. Rizaimi and Dr. Hadi, which is not, oh, ada Hadi, thank you. Okay, under Dr. Said. Okay. Well, if you ask, Dr. Bakar has explained what function of RMC, which is the pre and post. As for Renew, we serve as the platform for researchers of, you and your supervisor that lead in bringing university research, towards excellence. On top of that, to increase the visibility of our university through impact of research, strategic and sustainable networking, both local and global. Okay. On top of that as well, is our inspiration to aspire and escalate the competitiveness in grant application, be it international especially, okay, industrial as well, and national grants, to empower multidisciplinary research culture, and also empowering research output that specifically like what we have shared today for you to publish in high reputable journals, not to mention that maybe you can come out with, from your research, you can come out with findings that can be translated into policy papers as well, and guidelines, etc., that can be benefited the ministry, agencies of the government, or maybe the industry, So these are the 6 niche area as stated in our strategic plan, UiTM strategic plan 2025, and the sub area, it is in our website. You can always look through it later on. So for health and wellness, that led by Prof. Rohana, it involves all those sub area. And it focuses and promotes the health and wellness through groundbreaking fundamental research, that can be translated. And the major focus are, of course, on precision health, biotech, life sciences, etc. Okay. As for logistics and transportation, it involves all those sub-niche areas, and we look into now on halal, what shall we say, supply chain. I saw some of your thesis involving supply chains as well, because I am one of the facilitator for that TIE that you have to go through before you go for your DRP. I'm not sure whether any of you met me online. The last 2 years, it's via online, under MASMET and IPSIS. So logistics and transportation that focuses on latest advanced technology and that involve transportation services, related to logistics, predictive insight and design management. We are looking for new methods, new techniques, especially with the COVID, with the pandemic, and how can we actually enhance, so that it can be, we can adapt accordingly with the pandemic that is around us. Okay. The third one is industrial technology, that involve smart manufacturing plant and processes, construction and infrastructure as well, which focus on development and utilization of advanced technologies and engineering approach, with a wide range on industry applications. So the main research area is there, as stated there, so that we hope that it covers the SDG 9, and SDG 12 as well. Next is cyber tech, which is under Dr. Said. This is involving, I think this is the recent one, data science, data analytics, big data, cyber security, AI, all those in IR 4.0 and above. Now we are not talking about IR 4.0 anymore. It's all there. If you're joining LinkedIn, I think all of you should have your LinkedIn profile. Every day they are looking for data scientists. So invite all your sisters, brothers, cousins, like what Datuk Abu Bakar mentioned, to come in and join one of our Center of Excellence that focus on this research area, which is IBDAI, under Faculty Science of Computer and Mathematics. Yeah. These are the areas under cyber tech, yeah, and we have energy and environment that involving water security, food security, the renewable energy that we're looking for here is no longer solar. Solar is norm now. We are looking at sea waves, yeah, for the next way of energy, yeah, and the climate change. Everybody knows the world around us. How is it now? Yeah, and solar and biodiversity, and of course food security. And these are the niche area under energy and environment, yeah, involving climate change. And this is also in line with NKRA and my STI 1010 my STI as announced by MOSTI, yeah, for their grants. And last but not least, we have the sixth one, which is the social creativity and innovation, yeah, involving all this Islamic finance, fintech. I saw Dr. Yati somewhere, yeah. One of our fellow in Accounting Research Institute, Dr. Yati is here with us. Socio-economic, all the entrepreneurship and entrepreneurships, yeah, and socio-economics area. Okay, these are some of the MOA and MOU's activities under Renew for the last 3 years. That is still valid, okay, so that I guess this year we can start plan for short attachment for you people if you're willing to be in their labs, yeah, of our international partners, maybe 3 months, yeah, related to get the experience and the culture on how it can actually be, not to say be an eye-opener, for you to have that extra experience, yeah, how research are conducted over there. Not to say that we don't have the facility, we have the high-end facilities, especially our Center of Excellence, but it's good to go out and see, yeah, and for you to stay robust and persevere in conducting and to be at the end of the tunnel after that 3 years. Okay, PhD is all about discipline, focus, persevere. If that is in you, inshallah you'll be there for the next 3 years. Or maybe if it's already 1 year, for another 2 years for you. These are some of the universities, yeah, that we have actually collaborate in research, yeah, through our MOA. And yes, you will ask yourself, so what's the benefit for you, knowing Renew? So what we are handling is actually workshops, writing workshops. Of course, we will actually announce it through your supervisors, I mean through our emails, but you can always come and join through your supervisor, which means she or he will register you. There's a slot there that we have actually finalized the date, okay? And also we have our every Friday weekly sharing session webinar with our research group and research interest group webinar series. That webinar is actually for you to know the latest development in research that might be related to your area, and you can always ask questions, because doing research is not about sitting in our own zone and labs only. We need to go out, we need to get the networking, get your contacts, because we need to know as well what others are doing in their research. That's why one of the reasons why we want you to publish, yeah? That's one of the main reasons. On top of that is for you to actually know what others are doing. So we have this series of webinar that you can always join, and it's online, yeah? Interact during the Q&A. if you have any, especially if we got stuck. I know we did our PhD, it's not always ups. It's 3 times downs before the one up, right? But it's for us to know what others are actually doing and how they overcome some that might an eye-opener for you in your research, okay? So besides that, like what Datuk Bakar mentioned, when we do our PhD or during our time, it's a training session on how actually not of writing research proposal, of reporting, of writing papers, manuscripts. Those things that you can never attain the experience and the process if you don't go through your master's or PhD. So always have that indication that whatever our supervisor wants us to do is to make us a better person after we complete our research journey. And inshallah, you'll be surprised to see the knowledge, the tacit knowledge that you attain throughout your research journey, inshallah. I guess that's it. Okay, and where do you get those informations? Yeah, if about all these webinars, you can always go to Facebook of our TNCPI. All the informations are there. Yeah, we update our TNCPI Facebook daily. Where's Dr. Muzame? Yeah, he's our Dr. Muzame. Yeah, he's the one that, I mean, not him. I mean, his team handles this, yeah? Posting all the informations about a research grant application by RMC, by Bitcom, by Penerbit UiTM, and under Renew as well. And we have our flagship conference every year. CSSR is the conference for social and science research. Yeah, it's going to be sometimes in December normally, so you can always submit and it will inshallah be published. It has to be a quality manuscript that will go through a double-blind review process, and if it gets through, it will be published in a chosen index journal. Yeah. With that, thank you. Wassalam.
Thank you very much, Professor Dr. Nurtawati, for her sharing session just now, talking about Renew. Next, just to share with you guys, this evening we are joined by 3 of our ex-PhD students from UiTM. The first one is Dr. Azaitun Akmal Shahrin. The second one is Dr. Anis Mardiana Abdullah. And the third one is Dr. Siti Sarah Ibrahim. Okay, I would like to call upon Dr. Azaitun Akmal Shahrin, the winner for AKCTC 2021. Okay, Dr. Azaitun currently is the specialist for pergigian klinik ortodontic at Perak under KKM. So she did her PhD in clinical dentistry, orthodontics at UiTM. All right. So without further ado, I would like to call upon Dr. Azaitun to share her thoughts and everything else. Okay, thank you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good afternoon. Yang berbahagia Timbalan Naib Chancellor UiTM, yang berbahagia Prof Teknologis Dr. Norazah Abdul Rahman, Timbalan Dekan IPSIS Prof Madya Dr. Siti Fahana Zakaria, Pengarah RMC yang berbahagia Prof Datuk Dr. Abu Bakar Majid, and Pengarah Renew yang berbahagia Prof Dr. Nuritawati Mat Tahir, all the deans, directors and all PG research students. Thanks for having me. I feel so small here today actually. but it still be my pleasure to be here to share some of my experience with all the students. Okay, basically the main aim of our postgraduate study is to graduate on time. And to get this, basically we have to go through, we must come out from our comfort zone. Always remember that we are the chosen ones to be here and to do masters or PhD. There's a lot of other peoples or applications that being rejected. So especially in my field, to get a place to do the specialization is limited. So always remember that we are the chosen one. We want to come out from our comfort zone. And also, I would like to say that welcome to a roller coaster life as a PG or master students. And it's all involve all blood, sweat and tears in order to get JOT actually. And the most important one is we must be independent. We cannot, no more spoon feedings as in our degree life. But all that, we must just enjoy the journey. Don't be too stressed. And first of all, we must look back at our intention. Why we want to do master or PhD? Okay? Or we call it nawaitu. Usually lillahi ta'ala, so that the intention must come out from our heart. It must be sincerity. So whatever we do, we will give our best. Not only to achieve a target or to fulfill the criteria, but it will come out from our hearts and we will give our best. And usually the only God knows our true intention actually. And time management is very important. It's very crucial. Especially in my field, in dentistry actually, our course is a mixed mode. We not only have research, we also have a clinical part. We need to treating patients. We also have professional exams. So time management is very important. We must prioritize the urgency, the important things, and then we must follow our research milestones. Okay, in our research proposal, actually we have the research milestones. So I really sticks with the milestones so that we will not be left behind and to make sure we will get the GOT. Okay, so now after GOT, in my field, in my PhD, actually the study duration is 4 years. So, so after GOT, now it's come to the publications and rewards. It's not only after GOT, it's not only, yeah, we have submitted our thesis, and what's next? So now it comes to the importance of publications, and the rewards will come altogether with that. So in order to, actually the road to graduate on time is not easy, but it's doable. Okay, just believe in yourself, trust in yourself, and just enjoy the journey. And always have a good relationship with your supporting systems, with your supervisors, parents, and your spouse. Be fair to them, even though we're busy with our study, but we must be fair to our supporting system. So now, after GOT, then it comes to what's next. So what is the output of our PhD? Okay, the output of our PhD basically is got two. Is ourself, how we represent ourselves. Okay, and also another thing is about our thesis. Okay, so our thesis, we have submitted the hardbound. So but basically nobody wants to rate our hardbound, right? It's only our examiners and supervisors. So it's come to the importance of publication. We must publish it. There are some strategies for the publications, and there's also some rewards for that. Okay, what's the importance of publications? Publish and publicize or perish. So this word actually has been around for a long time. Previously, it just publish and or perish, but now it become publicized. we must make our publications be known worldwide. Okay, not only be published. That's why very important we choose the correct journals, and it's a good thing that UiTM encourage us to publish our research in index journals. So, if not without publication, it's considered not done. Okay. So another importance of publication is measuring the researchers. Okay. Sometimes it's an added value to our CV. Whether can get hired, promoted or funded for their research, future research. And besides that, the publications also is to give impact to community, industry or institutions. Especially when our research is the novelty of our research. We find another new finding, so that's an impact to community. That's why very important for us to publish. Okay, besides that, the publication is also a way of communication channels for researchers within the fields. It encourages scientists to speak directly to others across the countries. Okay, strategy for publications. Basically, publication we can say sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not easy. So there are some strategy for that. First, objective. We want to, from our thesis, actually we aim to do many publications, not only once. So we have several objectives. The best is for each objective, we submit to different publications. Let's say if we have 4 objectives, we submit the publications in different journals. Okay, and then also involve different presentations. For example, in the chapter 2 for the literature review, from that we can produce a review or systematic review, maybe 1 to 3. Okay, all right, and then the important things is to choose the correct journals. Okay. Usually we will try from the higher rank to the lower rank first. Okay. And rejection is normal. Don't give up. Okay. And we just do the writing, submit, and deals with the revisions, and do the corrections. So normally the feedback from the reviewers, we can do the corrections, and it will make our articles even better actually. Okay, how to check for the journal rank? Basically, we can use Skimago journal and country rank. From here, we can check the ranking of the journals. So this is within my expertise, orthodontics. This is the highest rank of journal, American Journal of Orthodontic and Dental Facial Orthopedics. One of my articles has been accepted in this journal, has been published in this journal. Okay. And then once my articles has been accepted in this journal, Q1, and the highest rank in orthodontics, so then soon after that, very well-known authors, Professor Emeritus Kevin O'Brien is a very well-known professor in orthodontics who has produced a lot of reference books in orthodontic and also publications. It has appraised my paper, and this is a way of how we publicize our publications, so that this is readable by a lot of people across the countries. Okay, then next it comes to the rewards. Basically, rewards is not the main things that we aim for, but if we do our best, inshallah, the best thing will come to us back. Okay, so we can get any grant or incentive, excellence rewards, such as being shared before this. Okay, APC, AKCTC, and then sometimes we also can get involved with journals, get nominated to join as an associate editor. So soon after my paper had been accepted, I was being invited to be as an associate editor. So this is how we expand our expertise actually. And then another reward is commercialization. Probably we can commercialize our findings. We can create any products and patent that. So that's a good thing. This thing from our research. Okay, and I think one of the best parts during my PhD journey, we had the chances to do attachment in overseas. So this is I would like to share some my attachment during my PhD journey. So this is the attachment in India. We went to Cook Dental Institute. We learned about the cleft lip and palate management. It's some sort of student exchange program. And then I also went for attachment in Canada. We learned about the biomechanics of tooth movements, like that. And Canada is a very beautiful country. This is a Moraine Lake, located in Alberta. So this is distress moments actually. And with that, thank you. And hope I wish you all the best to all postgraduate research students. And just believe in yourself and good luck. Okay, salam Ramadan. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you very much, Dr. Azaitul Rahma, for the sharing session just now. So lucky for her to have the opportunity to went to Canada. All right. Next, I would like to call upon Dr. Anis Mariana Abdullah, the winner of Anugerah Hadiah Buku Inovasi MTDC 2021. Okay, Dr. Anis Mariana is currently serving as the Administrative and Diplomatic Officer, PTD as Deputy Under Secretary, TSUP for Logistics and MOT. Okay, Dr. Mariana has completed her PhD just recently, 2021, under Logistics and Transport. Okay. The floor is yours, Dr. Anis. Thank you.
Thank you. Yang berbahagia Profesor Dr. Nur Azah, TNC Research and Innovation, Profesor Dr. Abu Bakar, Profesor Dr. Norita Wati dan Profesor Dr. Siti Farhana, all the other directors and PG students. So today I was being asked to share about my experience, and then the topic was being given that how to untuk kekalkan cemerlang dalam kajian penyelidikan. So maybe my approach is a little bit different from Dr. Aizatun. She's already shared with you how publication is important, and we have to graduate on time. We have all the milestone given. Yes, it is very important for us to have our target. And my experience, I would say this, I'm more laid back in terms of my journey of the study, but I still, for me, what is important is number one, if you guys, if we are already in our research, right, we have the topic, what is important if we have to love our topic. Because honestly, like people always say, PhD is a lonely journey, right? So for me, it is a lonely journey if you choose to be lonely in it, okay? If you love your topic, you will persevere whatever dugaan yang datang. Honestly, you will question yourself, but if you love your topic and you know what to do, yeah, you will persevere in it. So, untuk kekal cemerlang, apa keperluan kita untuk kekal cemerlang dalam kajian penyidikan? For me, I interpret it as it is our output, which is the thesis, and also, of course, our publication. Whatever we do, whatever happen, if we don't finish our thesis and we don't fulfill all the requirement for us to graduate, then by default will not be excellent anymore. Tiada lagi kecemerlangan di dalam dalam kita punya perjalanan. So in my experience, what's the simple thing to do? You have to know what is the technical requirement for you to finish your PhD. And the most important thing is the publication, like all the esteemed professor shared with you. Why is it important? Our publication is actually help us, for me, it helped me put my thought. We know we have a topic, we know we have a thesis to write. It will be about 200 or 300 pages, but it is too long. But if we write a paper, a publication, then we put our thought. Oh, what we want to say in terms of the background, what is our literature. And to write a publication, usually also we will be participating in conference, which is also important because I urge you guys to do participate in conference because that is where we have our networking and that is where other students or other professor in our field will share with us their thought in our thesis. Because I have the experience of participating in conferences in Japan where I presented about my thesis. I'm doing halal export, by the way. So from there, a lot of people come up to me and say, okay, give some ideas which I incorporate in my thesis. So it's very important for you guys to do the publication. It's not only because the requirement, of course, if you don't publish, of course you don't grad, but it's very important. And some people were saying, okay, I'm not going to be a lecturer, why should I publish? Okay, I'm not a lecturer, I'm a petty officer in Ministry of Transport currently, and I think it's through the publications, it also help you if you guys don't even want to be a lecturer, because it will enrich our CVs. When people read our CVs, oh, this person have published, this person has write something that he or she have research on. So it will really enrich your CVs. And as for me, I'm a policymaker. So when other policymakers will say, we're looking at the CVs, we say, oh, okay, she know what she talked about because she already published in that field. And also, she really know how to do research and all that. So please, I do urge you guys, please go on a conference and do publish. It really helps you in terms of finishing your thesis. Okay, and I do agree with what Dr. Aizatun was saying. In your journey, you have to be independent. Some of us always have the mistake of thinking masters in research or PhD in research is the same as when we're doing first degree. Our supervisor will handhold us throughout the way. No, it does not happen that way. But we ourselves need to find friends in our field, or even if it's not in our field, it's okay. We find friends that is doing research in whatever field, and then it's good if you always sit together and have a discussion. Okay, tell them about your research. Maybe they have some views or they have some new information that will help you. Because usually I find from my experience, so as for me, I have a scholarship from JPA. So we have all this. We have this group of GPA scholars, and we have a WhatsApp group. It's very good in there because there is where the place that we can share. Okay, I have stuck here. You know, we did not share our specific problem of our research, because frankly speaking, nobody knows about our research apart from ourselves and our SV. But the experience for everybody that doing PhD and doing research is the same actually. Everybody will face some roadblock, some writer's block. Everybody will face that, and then maybe sometimes the literature is not there. So our friends, maybe they can have access on it from other university. This is very important because from my experience, sometimes the paper that I need is not accessible through UiTM library. Or if we have to make a request and it takes some time, but we need urgently, then we can ask our friend from other university. They could, if anybody could help us to gain that thing. So this is why I said, don't really take it that our PhD journey is a lonely journey, because I think it's what you choose. It is lonely in terms of the research is only understandable by you because you are doing that research by yourself. But if you have friends to talk about things that is outside of it, how, what is your pressure and everything, then it will really help you. And the other things that I would like to share is that enjoy the journey, reward yourself, okay? This is important because it is very tough. Sometimes you get too stressful on your thesis. Sometimes you feel like, okay, maybe your family need you, you know, but you have to be balanced. If you finish, let's say you do one publication or you attend a conference, reward yourself. Take a break, but please not too long, because when it is too long, maybe you get distracted. So reward yourself in terms of when you attend a conference, and then maybe if it's overseas, then go, look, have some tourist experience there. If it's not overseas, even if it's in domestically, let's say you finish your proposal, okay, take a step back and enjoy. You know, that's how you motivate yourself. You know that, okay, when I finish this publication, I'll take a break and go to Langkawi, let's say. So some people, that is the motivation. For some people, they want to enjoy it. So that's how I do it. Okay, I after my proposal defense, I went to New Zealand for 2 weeks with my friends. Okay, and after the Viva, but after my Viva, I was already working, so it's quite hard to take leave. But I reward myself with dinner with my family and just staycation for 1 or 2 days. That is important. This is how you keep your motivation, because the journey is hard. Sometimes you feel that you want to stop, but please persevere. And I share with you my supervisor's, I share with you my supervisor's advice to me. When I first registered, and I told her, Doctor, I don't think I'm smart enough to finish my PhD. But this is what my supervisor said. PhD ni kita tak perlu pandai, tapi kita perlu konsisten dan kita kena rajin, which I find is very true. Kita kena konsisten. When you say that you're going to work for 2 weeks to finish this 3 or 4 paragraph or one topic, then you have to do it. You don't stop, okay lah, nak tengok K-drama dululah. I think most of us cuti, right? Full-time student. So you have to be consistent. That is how you finish your journey. Because if you don't, not consistent, even if you are a straight A student before, it's very tough. And another thing that I would like to share, lastly, maybe, is that don't aim for perfection. There's no such thing as a perfect thesis. Okay, I have a few of my friends who already went through Viva, already got some minor correction, but after the 3 months deadline, they still have not submitted. Why? Because they think it's still not perfect. So this is very important. That's why I said in my earlier speech, understand the requirement, the technical requirement. If you are due date, you have to submit it within 1 month or 3 months or 6 months. You have to stick to that. If you have to submit within a certain format, do it like that. So we don't want our effort for the 3 to 4 years wasted just because we don't see into that technical detail. So I think that's all from me. Enjoy your journey. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Anis. Very good advice from her, especially the part went to New Zealand, right? Yeah, that's the best part. Okay, and I tend to agree with her. We must take some time for us. Okay, usually the term we call me time, right? So take some time for us and then do something else that is different from our PhD, but not for so long. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are going towards the end of the program. Please stay because we have a few more events to go, and one of it is 20 lucky draws for today. So the possibility of one of us getting it is, I think, 1 in 3. All right, so please stay. And right now we come to Dr. Siti Sarah binti Ibrahim, the recipient of AKCTC for 2020. She's from the campus of Rembau, from Business Management Faculty. She did her PhD in Business Management back in 2020, graduate at 2020. So I would like to call upon Dr. Siti Sarah to share her experience. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon to our Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research and Innovation, Professor Dr. Norazah, Deputy Dean of IPSIS, Associate Professor Dr. Novahana, Director of RMC, Prof. Dato' Abu Bakar, Director of Renew, Prof. Noritawati, professors, doctors, and all the PG students. All right. Yesterday I received a text from Dr. Mas to share about my journey on publication during my PhD journey. So here I am to share with you guys focuses on my publication journey during my PhD. All right. Okay, so basically this is among my PhD achievement, covering on the volunteering program with the community. I attach with the community, being teachers at Academy Rohingya, Muslim volunteers and so on, do my publication, do my IID awards and receive my PhD awards. So this is why I'm here, to share with you guys why we should publish our findings, our research findings during our postgraduate journey. I would like to emphasize on postgraduate journey because it is very important for us to take a chance, this opportunity, because we do have an advantage when we are in this journey. Because why? Because we do have a data. This is the data that the writers outside don't have. We do have empirical data, we do have a literature data or even review data. So use this opportunity since your first semester to write and publish your articles. So this is the most important one, why I really want to emphasize that PG students, we have to start publish our findings even during our first semester, this is what I did during my PhD journey. I start writing and I start publish my research findings, start from the chapter 1, from the semester 1. Started with conceptual paper, then goes to SLR, then after the end of the journey, I publish my empirical findings. So this is how I manage my publication during my PhD journey. Second one is about the engagement. Like the other panels did mention that PhD journey is not a lonely journey, right? So in order for us to be not lonely, we need to go around to the publication, to the scholars. So by publishing our findings, we will meet the other authors, we will do a collaboration, we will email all the prominent authors to get some advice and so on. So this is the platform for us to start, write and publish. That's why please use this journey, utilize our journey to publish our publication. And lastly, after you graduate, this is what you will get. It will help or it will contribute to your curriculum vitae, which is you will be an expert in your field. If let's say you are doing your thesis writing, then you just end up with a graduation, then you will be there forever. But if you publish your findings, you will be an expert of the field, because we always heard that thesis is not the perfect one. There is no perfection in our thesis, but we can improve it through publication. So that's why if we started publish our findings during our PhD journey and then continuously after we graduate, then we will build our CV. So we can be an expert within that field, inshallah. Okay, so having that knowing or realizing the importance of publishing our research findings in our PhD journey, now, of course, every one of us must ask me how to publish. Okay, despite of struggling with thesis writing, of course, we need to publish, right? So how we can publish. So based on my experience, this is based on my experience, so I share with you guys. Firstly is about plan ahead. You need to plan ahead. I always plan ahead my journey. Even until now, I always keep my planner around my table, around my desk. So I do have a short-term plan, long-term plan. Even for the 3 years journey, I do have 6-month plan, 1-year plan, 3 years plan, and so on. So at the end of the journey, I know how many publication that I want. Before the DRP, how many publication that I want. For example, in the DRP session, I will presenting chapter 1 until chapter 3, right? So I need to find a few publication or to give an output on publication specifically on chapter 1 until chapter 3 at least to propose to justify on my proposed research objective. Therefore, at the DRP session, the examiner will agree, or at least it will definitely it will support me during my DRP session. And goes to Viva, same goes to Viva session, I will make sure all my research objective, all my proposed objectives is covered by the publication, so it will help you a lot. So that's why I always plan ahead, including even for my writing, for my thesis, and so on. I plan ahead when I should apply for ethics, when I should apply for IP, when should I apply for this one and this one, because it will take time. So that's why you need to plan ahead your journey, 6 months, 1 year, 3 years, and so on. So that one, that is the most important one. The second one, you need to know the writing strategy, of course. Despite of mental blocking, we also don't have much time, of course. Especially for me myself, I'm doing my PhD part-time, holding a position of admin, head of faculty at that time during my PhD journey, traveling from Rembau to KL, having 2 kids. Then I have to really manage my time and to meet my KPI at faculty and so on. So I need to have a strategy in writing. For example, I always use this kind of strategy. Despite of keep writing started from semester 1, previously I do heard a few of my friends said, Sarah, you don't have empirical data, so better don't publish. So I don't listen to that. For me, as long as you can write a good conceptual paper, then you can publish. Started publish with lower index, for example, ERA, my site. I start with that. Then I continuously learn from the expert and so on. So this is what I learned. Basically, to help me for mental blocking or whatsoever blocking. Firstly, of course, when I face with mental blocking, I don't stay at my desk for 2 or 3 hours. We always heard, even my friends, I read the status or having mental blocking 2 hours at desk, no sentence to write and so on. So don't do that. It will waste your time. Just close your laptop, just take your breath, take a fresh air, or do enjoying what you enjoy. For example, scrolling for Facebook, Netflix, or so on. Then come back with a fresh mind. Fresh mind with strategy. So meaning to say, I would say, okay, I found that, for example, I always see a status from the Prof. Rozaimi within my field. He always publish in some index journal, a very good index journal. So I try to look at the journal, I scroll the journal, so whether this journal are related to my field or not, then I do my search. I go to, for example, Emerald, and then I key in the title or my idea for writing. Then I use some strategy on Boolean operator. I believe every one of us know this kind of techniques, right? Because we attended several seminars on the techniques for writing and reading and so on. So after that, I will download that particular paper, which closely related to what I want to write at that time. Then I will use the paper, I will follow closely the paper, I will benchmark the paper. I will follow exactly the structure, even the languages, how it's structured, the writing style and so on. Because I'm not sure for science and technology. For me, for social science, I think the structure, the writing style almost the same. For the introduction, you must start with this, and then you follow with this, and follow with this, and follow with this. So basically, I will benchmark the paper as it is. Then after that, I will change accordingly, put my input, my findings, and so on. Doing, if let's say I don't know how to translate it in English, then put in BM first. Don't struggle, don't stress yourself. Put any kind of language that you are comfortable at that time. Then you do your polishing. Then send it to proofreading. So let the expert do their job. All right. So you can come up with a good quality of paper. Then after that, also I would like to share whether this is the very simple one, but I always share with my friends in order for you to speed up your writing, because I am the person who I have a lot of things in my basket, so I have to find a way to speed my writing. Is the one that I use until now is by having 2 double screen. Please use double screen. One screen is for you to benchmark the paper, the thesis or whatever it is. So this is one screen. I just bought it second-hand screen and connected to my laptop. And then the second screen, your laptop, is the screen for you to write up. You can see and see and see. So trust me, believe in me. You the mental blocking you will face this mental blocking issue, because you do have some guidance there. You will see an idea from the first screen that you have. So this is among some strategy that I want to emphasize today, because I only have 3 minutes left. All right. So the rewards from the publication. I believe every one of us might have different reward that we feel. For me, it's about self-satisfaction. Every time I do my publication or I achieve something in my life, I always think of, first, during my PhD journey, of course, my supervisor. I always want to make proud of my supervisor. I feel that when I achieve something, it's like I give the happiness to my supervisor, like I give to my my parents, my father and mother, and then my husband and so on. So this is the person that I will always keep in my mind. In fact, during my PhD journey, I will print out this at my desk. Okay, I always look at them, look at my supervisor's face, my family, my parents' face, my husband and my kids. Okay, so this is what I always did to motivate me to keep doing, to keep my work done. Then after that, of course, when you keep publishing, even after you graduate, you will get a lot of benefit after all. For example, like I receive a grant, then being a reward for a top author and so on. And the most memorable or the most important part, the reward that I received after this 3 journey, after I successfully, it's not very success, not so success, but then I keep my momentum, my publication momentum progress. I also bring together all my friends at campuses. So this is the most important one. Because for your information, at UiTM Negeri Sembilan, we are from young lecturers. Some of us, most of us, at first, we don't have writing skills, we don't have experience in publication and so on. So I have to start, I have to show them. I start with a conceptual paper. This is the first sharing session, if I'm not mistaken, the first sharing session after I graduate from my PhD. I share with them how to publish in conceptual paper. So I invite my friends, I even collaborate with them. I even ask them, okay, I want to write this paper, so you want to join me? So they start with become a co-author. Then after all, they then they will continue progress. And I see that in within these 2 years, there is a progress of a good progress for me and also my friends, where we don't have an experience, skills in publication. We don't publish. We don't even have opportunity to publish in Q1, of course, but we are progressing. So this is the one that I want to emphasize of. Start, write and publish. It's okay if let's say you cannot, you being rejected. Of course, I tried submitting my paper to Q1 and Q2 at first. Yes, it is rejected, but it's okay. Please don't demotivate yourself. Try to start with if let's say you at that time you are capable to produce your findings at Q4 or Scopus paper or even ERA paper, ERA Index journal, it's okay. Just start. Trust me, once you get published few times, you will get addicted to write and publish more. So that was my experience, and I hope every one of us will start write and publish even from our first semester, insyaAllah. And all the best to everyone. Salam Ramadan. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Dr. Siti, for the sharing session just now. I would like to direct our attention to the screen above. We have a few questions from the pigeonhole. Okay, a moment, please. The question from the attendants will be answered by one of the panels, or in fact our own Deputy Vice Chancellor, maybe. Okay, there are a few questions, but then I will pick the most appropriate one. The first question, is it compulsory for postgraduate student to graduate? Just now, Dr. Farhana had mentioned the basic minimum requirement for graduating. Masters is one paper with as a first author, PhD 2 papers, 2 journals.
Micro Industry Hub lah. Okay, so maybe Dr. Bakar and Prof. Ita can add.
Yeah, one is true that micro industry hub. Another one is actually to get yourself to be significant. I mean, to be distinct, so that the industry will notice you. Yeah. Please join any sessions with industry partners. Okay, that's how get connect with them, get their cards and offer what you have, what you have. Okay, that you can contribute to the industry. Okay, that's one of the way. We cannot sit down and ask, will people notice us? Of course not. Yeah, I think you have to listen to your three seniors. Yeah, how they actually, yeah, where they are now. So be different. Yeah, that's how. Besides, of course, perseverance, and you'll get noticed, inshallah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Prof. Norita. And the last two questions, I think, can be answered by IPSIS representative.
Graduated.
The first one is postdoc after graduated. Dato', maybe?
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Adib. We most welcome you all after your PhD to come back and do postdoc a little bit more with us, 1 or 2 years or even more. So you are most welcome to apply, talk to your supervisor if he or she is in need of postdoc. Yeah. So the answer is yes, you can join us. And the postdoc pay is quite nice. It's 5,700 per month. So it's, you know, it's quite attractive. Is there any more? Conversion, you mean? Conversion, I think Farhana pun jawab. I think it can be done. This one, we've got a very good systematic way of doing it. But you must, as Dr. Sarah mentioned, plan that you come in with masters, but you intend to convert. So within the first year too, this thing must be done. So plan early because you need to do a few things if you are doing work on animal or human ethics committee approval, DRP and so on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, on that skilling, reskilling, I think, yes, we will look into that also. This is a good idea. But what I can tell you is that when you do PhD, don't only target academia, because out there in the industry, the demand is also high for PhD students. Tadi Dr. Farhana presented the employment or employability is about 88%, for example. So it's 9 out of 10 normally get hired. Probably probably the one who decides not to study. So very seldom we hear nowadays that a PhD graduate or master's graduate not able to get employed. Like Prof. Norita said, you must be willing to, to try out many things. As far as we are concerned, I'm from pharmacy faculty. Our graduates normally they get employed quite easily and in very good industry also. But we'll think about that suggestion on reskilling and
upscaling,
retooling, and we'll try to have programs at UiTM, inshallah.
Okay, I think the last question can be directed to one of our three participants. Sorry, not participant, invited guest. What was your most significant hurdle you experienced during your postgraduate study? Jangan cakap dekat New Zealand tak ada makanan.
Yang tu pergi melancong je.
Pergi melancong, okay. Okay, please continue, Doctor.
My most significant hurdles. Okay, it's not for me. Sepanjang perjalanan my journey for PhD, there's no very big hurdle. Alhamdulillah, it's quite okay. It's just that how I adapt myself into the study environment and how I write academically. I think that is my hurdle because, as I said before, I'm a policymaker. Usually I wrote a report. It is so totally different from academic writing. So that's the hurdle that I have to overcome, I think. You have to understand how to write academically. Yeah, that's it. Thanks.
All right, thank you. Okay, this is our last question, so we ask all our invited guests to
Okay, for me, the
share,
most
okay?
significant hurdle is basically because as I mentioned before, my course is a mixed mode. So the hurdle is in terms of time management, because in a week we only allocated 1 day for research. For during that day, I must utilize that day, the days fully, in terms of to see my patients for research, because my research is dealing with patients. So I think that's the most hurdles. I need to keep up. I need to make sure that my patient comes at the 4 weeks intervals. I think sometimes that's one not easy, because sometimes they also have their own commitments. But then, alhamdulillah, so far it's manageable and doable.
All right, thank you.
All right. Same goes to me. Not much hurdle, but then I would like to share my my challenge at the first semester for the first few months, where I put a priority on my patient above my family. At that time, I spent my whole night in a room doing a research and so on, and I don't realize that I hurt my husband and my kids at that time. So after that, I realized, and of course, we have some crisis. Of course, in a marriage, we have a crisis. But at that time, at first I feel like I want to give up. I want to stop my PhD. I want to focus on my family. And I text my supervisor. At that time, yes, I am having only love relationship with my supervisors. My supervisors reply me, Sarah, this is not you. Please come and see me. Then tomorrow I come and see my supervisor with my husband. He always support me, actually, even though we are struggling. He always support me. Then my supervisor said, Sarah, during your PhD journey, your family, your husband, your kids has sacrificed enough. So if let's say it happens for you to have some argument with him or with your kids, please just apologize. Just do your apology, because you need to consider their sacrifice. At that time, I cried. Oh, this is my mistake. This is my bad. I don't know how to put a priority at that time. I don't know how to plan for everyone. So at that time, I realized. Then I go back to my husband. I come out from my supervisor's room. That is the first time I get the apology, and my husband also realized he also made a mistake at that time. And after that, when everyone in the house understand your priority, your task, your responsibility, then it will go smoothly until the 3 years of the journey, inshallah. That was my experience. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. It's been a very fruitful discussion. So I would like to thank Dato' Baka, Prof. Norita, Dr. Aizatun, Dr. Anis, and Dr. Siti Sarah for the session just now. And you could please... satu lagi? Oh. Okay, one more. Can I know the procedure on how to apply the UiTM International Dana, since I have received the internship program from Japan? Zana.
How to apply there? Zana, you can always apply Dana Kecemerlangan UiTM. Okay, submit a simple working paper and mention all about this internship program. It's meant for this, and get your supervisor to guide you on the submission, how much you need, etc. Yeah. HAA, Hal Ehwal Academic, they orang selalu ada meeting once a month. Okay, Dana Kecemerlangan UiTM. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dato', Prof. Norita, Dr. Azaitun, Dr. Anis, and Dr. Siti Sarah. A round of applause for them. Our Deputy Vice Chancellor want to add something. Sorry, Prof.
I'm very excited with this one question. Dia tanya I, tadilah ada satu soalan. Dia kata, in order for us to achieve GRU 2025, how many papers you have to write? There are, just now when I shared with you for research student, you have approximately 5,000 students, 4,906, something like that. So approximately 5,000. If each of you just write 2 papers, kalau setiap daripada you pledge only 2 papers, it means that we have 10,000 papers per year. Subhanallah, memang terus GRU kita. That's why I'm very excited lah. Tadi ada satu soalan, tak boleh nak tidur malam nanti tak jawab. So that's why I jawab. Okay, thank you so much.
Alright, Prof, thank you very much. Next, I would like to invite our Deputy Vice Chancellor onto the podium. Sorry, onto the stage. Sorry, Prof. Okay. Along with us today, there are 4 recipients of the token of appreciation because of producing Q1 journal. Okay, there are 14 of us, but then today there are only 4 of us. All right. First, I would like to invite Nurul Najwa binti Abdul Malik. Her main supervisor is technologist Dr. Ali Jawid Atin. Okay, hopefully this will be a catalyst for us, PhD student, to publish more. All right. Next, I would like to invite Muhammad Faiz Aizamdin. Okay, the main supervisor is Dr. Muhammad Muzamir bin Mahat. Okay, congratulations. Okay, next, I would like to invite Dania Adila Ahmad Ruzaidi. Her main supervisor is Dr. Muhammad Muzamir bin Mahat. All right. And lastly among us is Nurul Shazana binti Fuzil. She has produced a Q1 journal being supervised by senior technologist Dr. Nur Hidayati binti Othman. Thank you very much, Prof, and please stay on the stage. All right, next we have 20 lucky draws. 10 will be picked by Prof, another 10 will be picked by Dr. Seti. All right, please hold your numbers, and then hopefully we will be among the lucky one today. So the first 10 numbers by Prof. Okay, please hold on your numbers. The first one is number 12. Number 12. Dah boleh dah. Alright. Next one is 37. 37. Tak ada juga. Alright, congratulations. Please come forward. The next one is number 15. Tak ada. Okay, next one, number 9. Tak ada. Alright, thank you. Next one is number 6. Alright, please come forward, number 6. Next one, number 35. Number 6 and number 35. Number 36. 36. Okay, please come forward. Thank you. Next one is number 3. Thank you. Next one is number 30. 30. Tiga dah, bro. Ni yang keempat. Number 30, number 30. Berapa tu? 12. 12 ada? Sila. Next, number 29. Tak ada. Okay. The last number is number 29 sana. Alright. Ambil 4. Okay. Okay. The yellow numbers are meant for the students, so please check. Next is number 28. 28. Thank you. For our next lucky winner is number 19. Number 19, please come forward. All right. Okay, after number 19 is number 5. All right, number 5. And the last number is number 27, 27. All right. Thank you very much, Prof. Dah lapar tu. Okay, steady. Thank you very much, Prof, for the prize giving, lucky draw giving ceremony. Next, I would like to invite Associate Professor Dr. Siti Farhana Zakaria to draw 10 numbers for the staff. All right, thank you. The staff will get the green number, okay, the green card. Okay, again a friendly reminder. Please, all participants go to the booth, not booth, the mock-up kan? To take the pictures and upload it into your Instagram, okay? There are 8 numbers for staff. The first one is 137, 137. Dah balik dah. Oh, Fahmi, our technician. Okay, next, number 132. Betul 132 ni? Tak tipu. Please, 132. Okay, next, number 135. Dia kalau Prof Norita dapat kena pulang balik, tak boleh. Okay, next, number 128. Please come forward. Next, 127. 127 for staff. 1 to 7, please come forward. Congratulations. Next is number 143, our third last winner. Okay, congratulations. The second last winner is number 139. Datuk, what is your number, Datuk? Datuk dapat? Okay. Please, Datuk. Thank you very much, Datuk, for participating today. Okay, the last number is... Oh, ambil gambar dulu, bukan selalu. Okay, the last number for today is 113. Hadi. Okay, our coordinator for cyber tech, Associate Professor Dr. Hadi. Ni tak aci ni organizer dapat kan. Alright, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, we have come to the end of our today's event. I would like to thank the Office of Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research and Innovation, the Office of IPSIS, and all my fellow postgraduate students. I would like to wish us all the best, take care, and have a productive years ahead. Okay, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.